Cheryl, our lead president? Chair, sorry, thank you. Our chair had asked about, and you may be too new to know the answer to this, our chair had asked about keeping the recreation and competitive money separate. I don't know if that's anything that's been discussed, because I think, aren't we more overseeing the recreational side of it? That's the part that
Yeah, no, I really appreciate that question. I would say I'm very new to that.
I know, that's fine.
Yeah, that could be. I really appreciate you bringing that up. So then maybe that is on the agenda for future.
Yeah.
I'd say with that side, we are, rec. I don't want to necessarily push rec to the side because I feel rec does have, even in the financial side of it, has an impact on our kids, right? So. And a lot of our competitive players, they come from our rec side. So I'd kind of look at it on the financial side of it as helping the club grow in any program.
Sure.
So that's probably why it has been separate in the past.
Has not been separate, you mean?
Yeah, it's not been separate in the past, yeah.
Would there be a way just to sort of highlight the information separately,
Sure.
even if it's not physically separated?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I think
Without causing a huge accounting burden.
Yes, and I think it could be it's a great idea as well, right? So to kind of notice, okay, yeah, this brings in this amount, and then hey, what does it provide for not just our rec program, for also the benefits from as the rec players grow into the competitive. Hey, you got the benefits here. Now you're going to get the benefits here because our rec kids are they play for fun. They're just starting out. They're maybe just trying soccer, but then we also have, and we got to. And this is probably a side of the club that we need to improve the most, is our competitive side. All right, so when kids do want to think about, okay, now I want a little bit more than just to play for fun. I want to play for a little bit more competitive and have our paid professional coaches with them as well. So yeah.
Any other questions?
All good? Yeah. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Oh, sorry, my fault. This is Lauren Stone. Sorry.
Hi. I know some of you, but I'm the president of the board, so. Ryan, overseeing our rec program, he has so much knowledge over the club, so I wanted him to present, but I wanted to meet you as well. So,
Thank you.
nice to meet you.
Do we have a motion to approve their report? I second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
It passes unanimously. Okay. All right. How about the Norman Art? We're going to get a report now to accept the Norman Arts Council report.
Good evening. My name is Leslie Nottingham. I'm the Executive Director of the Norman Arts Council. I've been in the position a year, and it's been an absolute delight to work with the city and work with all of you. Am I taking over from here on? Or you want it? I can take over. So the Norman Arts Council, we promote and encourage the arts in our community. The arts in Norman have a $36 million economic impact and support 600 local full-time jobs, and also contribute $6 million in taxes, 1.5 of which goes right back to the city here. So we're absolutely delighted to be part of the conversation and ecosystem here in Norman. So the biggest part that we present to you is, of course, our public arts. And here's kind of an update on all of our projects. The Norman Arts Council's mission is to enrich the Norman community by supporting and promoting an arts community that stimulates artistic, cultural, and economic growth. All of our Norman Forward 1% for Art projects are complete. All 10 of them are done, so we're very proud of that, and would like to thank the public and, of course, all of you for being huge components of that particular section as we've grown. So in our 1% for Arts, we added one of the final sculptures, Emergence of the Adult Wellness and Education Center. We are currently, this is not 1% for Art, that was our last one. That was our last one that we dedicated. We did condition reports on the ducks this summer. Our intern went out into the field and collected all the data there. The gentleman who traditionally has refurbished the ducks unfortunately passed away from cancer. His brother is taking over the business, and so we hope to get started, probably not this year, but next year, on pulling the majority of the ducts. There are some that are not going to be, we're not going to be able to fix. They're just in disintegrating condition. These are made out of fiberglass. People climb on them. They're hollow. They crack. They get jagged edges. They're not safe to be out in the community. We also had our 7th annual Artful Inlets, and here you can see some of our lovely artists working very hard. It was very hot out in that sun. This was done at Campus Corner this year. We are wrapping up our bike rack refurbishment. I believe we've got 8 that are left, 8 to 12. We're looking at the numbers there. This guy has not been pulled yet, and I know he hasn't been pulled because he's 2 colors. Most of the ones that we're redipping are only going to be in 1 color, and that's just it. When you do 2 colors, there's a line and water and debris can get up underneath, and they disintegrate a little faster. So the 1 color, they last longer. We've also been working on our mural incentive program, and that's been huge. The city gave us a large donation of $100,000 to encourage our local population to invest in murals. And here we've given away 7 so far, and here are 5 of them. Absolutely beautiful work. And then here is the 6th one. The 7th one is in this upcoming cycle, so I didn't include that one. But you can see the starting amount, and as of July 1st, 2025, we have a little over $66,000 left to give away. We also worked with an OU mural class on doing an EDO mural. You can see that there. That's at the corner of Porter and Main, and it's beautiful, very bright. We also gave funds to Juneteenth for a mural holder and 2 murals that are going to go up every year, 1 on each side. So every year they're going to switch those out, and there's going to be new paintings available for that particular event, and it's going to stay up in the park for the whole year. We're so proud of this one. We are so delighted in how it turned out. This was, yes, yeah.
We love it.
They get to stare at it all day, and we're so excited. So this was done by Bailey the Kid. These were, I'm just so pleased as punch how they turned out. And usually we get a little pushback from the community of, you're using my tax dollars, and I'm like, we're not using your tax dollars. They're somebody else's tax. Not these though. These were leftover 1% funds, and we wanted to use them on the silos, and just couldn't be more delighted with how they turned out. And the feedback we've gotten I think one like, where'd the funds come from, and that's been it, and that's
And I was just
unheard
curious, so. That's my fault.
Hold Cody responsible for that one. No, usually you get like a lot of like, I don't like this, I don't like the color pink. I've gotten that one before. The feedback on these have been just incredible, like fantastic. We love it. We've also added to the YFAC art collection. This is Renaissance Swimmer 6. I believe it's still sitting in Jason's office. Shame on you. Stephen Dragon is the artist. And he's actually going to be in our gallery next summer. And he does a lot of these water paintings, and he's all about looking at scale. So we're very excited there. And then we get into the numbers. So here you can see all of the transaction reports, the breakdown, they're included there. I'm just going to quickly go through. So this is the anticipated budget for this upcoming year, and where we've got funding sources coming in, how we're planning on spending that funding. And then if you'll notice at the bottom, we are anticipating a 50th anniversary sculpture because it is our 50th anniversary this upcoming year for the NAC. And we're going to try and raise $500,000. It's ambitious and we're so very excited. Cross your fingers for us. We're really gonna go for it. And then here's our public art committee as well as who's responsible for what, if you have any. And then questions.
I just had a comment. Thank you for kind of pulling out the public art piece from the financials, because I know last year it was sort of new learning what we needed to look at. So thank you. I was able to figure it out.
Oh, fantastic. That's what we try to do everything better every year, so.
Where's the mural that's got the buffalo and the?
That is out at the Wells Christmas Tree Farm.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and that building,
That's
they
why I haven't-
just
haven't
built,
been up
and they're
there.
gonna serve like hot chocolate and coffee in that building. And they have movies like and they're leaving the gate open specifically so people, if they wanna drive by and take pictures, you can take pictures with it.
That is beautiful. I
Yeah.
mean, all of these are amazing. But that's breathtaking, so. Thank you.
have one comment
Yes.
about the murals, which I love. They're beautiful. I work at the Historical Society.
Yes.
And I know some of the murals are on brick, which we really don't
Like,
like.
yep.
Because the brick is supposed to breathe, and that's how it releases water. So when you paint the exterior, it can cause problems with the building.
Yes.
But I know I know that most of these are not on brick. I think some of them are, but that's just my comment. I love the murals. There are alternative ways to put them on brick.
Absolutely, and we actually have had internal discussions quite a bit on, what's it called, like plastic prints, sheets that you could put down. We've not delved our toes into that just because wraps, I'm a little nervous of because those are damaged quite easily and they can look terrible pretty quickly. But that is something like we have had like internal discussions on as well.
Well, the art is beautiful, and I appreciate it.
So just to add with the Norman Ford art, we still have plaques to go through and add to all of our Norman Ford art. There also is the possibility with Saxon, which is a $2 million project, that we would do a 1% art with that as long as it fits within the budget, so that'd be $20,000. It's a possibility, just depends on how it probably bids out when we take it to get out. So everything that we've taken to the public for a contractor has come in over budget, but we still have that slight hope that we can fit in some art out there as well.
And we are actually also working with Erin Yeaman, who's a local artist, actress, and she does vocal work. She's doing some audio overlays for us that you'll be able to do a QR scan on those plaques, and it'll tell you more about the piece. So if you want to learn more, she's done lots of extensive interviews with our artists and with other people involved in the projects. So you'll be able to learn a little bit more. Thank you so very much.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve this report? Okay. And a second?
Second.
She's good tonight. She's on. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
The report has been approved. Now, we want to discuss the allocation of public art funds for Gray Street Parking Lot Mural Project. Cody?
We're back.
Well, I've never met a Mike I didn't like, so welcome to the show. So, I don't know, where do we want to start? Just start from the beginning? Okay, so when we began this project, it began with me driving around town, taking pictures of blank walls and asking like, welcome to this episode of Why Isn't There a Mural Here? And I just thought, well, if I'm the only one that cares, that's fine. But other people seem to care. So I kept pushing it, and was reached out by a city council person and was like, hey, how can the city help? What does that look like? And I was like, I have no idea. Let's talk about that. And so where we landed was 150,000, 100 for the mural incentive program, and then 50,000 for a rotating mural gallery at the time. And so the rotating mural gallery is kind of what we're talking about tonight, except I think we've transitioned to more of a permanent mural gallery. This is really inspired by Plaza Walls in Oklahoma City. They're on their 10th year, and it's been hugely successful for them. It's become part of their Plaza Fest. It was last weekend. If you went, it was an incredible time. But it's done wonders for that district, and for the businesses that back up to those murals, because it's a back alleyway in the same way that this is. And those businesses have actually opened up the backs of their shops to those murals because people are back there now. And it's revitalized that area. It's hugely successful. The issue with it being rotating is it's got to be sustainable, because you don't want to start something if you can't continue it, right? So the idea originally was to take the 3 walls that are on the Gray Street parking lot, with the sides that are facing the alley, the other sides that has the existing mural. We ran into some challenges on covering those up. So we decided we wanted to get off on a good foot and paint the back sides, because the way that we thought at the time, the Public Arts Committee discussed it at the time, it would benefit businesses more, and let's not get off on a bad foot on the first big thing that we do with something like this. So we decided to do the backside. We were going to divide up those walls into 6 sections, and then have 6 muralists come once a year and paint them, and it'd be like an event back there every year. Then we thought, well, man, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money we would have to raise on top of what we're already raising of the Arts Council. And it would be about, we figured it out, if we did it once a year, it would be about $35,000 a year. And so we're like, well, man, that's a lot. It's sustainable. How do we do that? So then we thought, okay, if we're going to do it permanent, then the price per square foot needs to go up, because they're going to be there longer than a year. So we landed on the 50,000, just about covers it. And so now the idea is to do a permanent mural gallery back there, still divided up into 6 sections. 3 artists would come from this area, 3 would come from a nationwide search. And then we would have those 6 artists come and create a permanent mural gallery back there on the back sides of those 3 walls. The idea would also to bring into the fold the businesses that back up to those. I know Bison Witches backs up to it, and they have concerts and things in the back part of their business all the time. They just had one for S. Reedy that was massive. In fact, it went viral, and too many people showed up. So it was a big deal. I know 405 Brewery backs up to it. Beanstalk backs up to it. Victoria's backs up to it. So the idea would be to have those businesses kind of buy into this and get their buy-in. It would be an incentive to clean up the alleyway portion back there, because you would have people back there. A dream would be to do it during NMF, as I'm also a board member, so that would be really cool for us. To do it as again, the original idea was to do it to an annual event during NMF. But even if it's just going to be one singular permanent event, I still think it would be cool to do it during NMF. You already have tens of thousands of people down there. And it would be an even bigger reason for people to go back into that alley area. And like I said, the benefits of it are already proven. Plaza Walls proved it. If you put art up, people will want to go see it. The artists will bring their people back there. The businesses will want to have stuff back there, which incentivizes them to have stuff back there. And it would be a huge art installation with a partnership from NAC, PAC, and the city. So to just kind of nuts and bolts, the money has already been given to us. And so I know when the original 150,000 was given, we had to come back and write a contract and get an idea set up for the mural incentive program, which we worked with Sarah Kaplan and Anthony Purinson to get that contract signed. And so we got the process rolling on that. And like Leslie said, it's been big successful. Still pushing it. If you know anybody who wants a mural, send them our way. We'll figure it out. And I still drive around town taking pictures of blank walls, trying to shame people into putting art on them. But with this, this will be something that, you know, the money's already in our account. It's just something we need to work out with you guys to get approval, to get rolling on it, and get a process on it, to get artist selection, design selection, all that kind of stuff going. So that, and if we were gonna, I don't know that even we would have time right now to do it during NMF this April. But if we could have it ready to go, get the process rolling, and have it for next April, that would be fine with us as well. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions.
So with 6 different murals, are you shooting for any type of commonality in themes?
No.
Or- So it's just gonna be.
Really, yeah, because if you've ever been to Plaza Walls, that's the beauty of it, is that it's the beauty is in the chaos of it. It's it's eclectic. You have different styles, different artists. You have different subjects. You have different all kinds of things kind of all coming together, and that's what makes it interesting to walk back there, because it kind of makes your eye do like this, and it's kind of really interesting to look at. So yeah, and we wouldn't, and I don't know that we would want to hamstring the artist into some sort of narrative in it. I think it's more fun to let them kind of go wild with it.
Does your 50,000 cover travel for the 3 that, is that part of contingency cost and stuff?
So that would all be worked into it. And I know that the Public Arts Committee is committed to, you know, committing funds to it if we need to for it. So as, you know, as available.
So we're really seeking permission to use these walls because they are owned by the city.
Yeah.
That's,
Which-
we've got the money, we've got the project.
yeah.
We'd work out a contract with the city, but ultimately our request is permission to use these specific barriers, because I know it was a question on how long they were gonna be up, if we could grandfather them in. That was the ultimate question.
Yeah, and that question, I had met with a couple of the council people about that, asking that question. And a lot of them felt like even if something was built there, I mean, one of the council people who happens to be an architect, you know, I asked him about it, and he said if something were to be built there, there's no reason why somebody couldn't build with and keep those walls intact. So he was pretty confident that if because I know like the future plan is a parking garage to go there. And if that happens, I mean, he was pretty confident that they could build it and have those walls remain, so. Because it sets off the parking lot in the grass. Yeah, and that's what also made it possible to do it through NMF, is because it's just outside of the alleyway, so the artist could work in that grass medium, because that was a concern for us.
I think, and this is a little off topic, but I think the biggest concern would be how busy Bison Witches gets later in the evening, but maybe all the work would be done during the day. Work that out.
And the idea for that would be, you know, all the work would not be done that weekend. It would be leading up to it. So just like finish it on that weekend and be like, hey, come celebrate it while you're down here. So,
That makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah. And I know, you know, this also pays homage to, God, I mean, what year was that? 2014, 2015, when they did the dumpsters became murals, and it was like trash becomes art, and they tried to paint all the mural, and so it was a way to kind of like beautify the alleyways. So this kind of pays homage to that. And it's a giant canvas just sitting there blank. So around businesses that could certainly use it, so.
Any other questions? Okay. Do we have a motion to approve this 50,000?
I'll second.
You're just. Okay. Okay, all in favor? Aye. It is passed unanimously,
Thank you guys so much.
even with you talking.
Hey, listen, I got more song in my dance, babe. You just let me know. No, thank you sincerely. Thank you all so much. This is a really cool project we're all really excited for. And Tara is our new chair of our Public Arts Committee. So really excited to work with her to get this project rolling, so.
I have one last question, even though I've already voted. It's not going to influence it, obviously.
Sure.
Is it one, I mean, how are the walls broken up back there? I'm kind of.
So there's
I've
three-
been back there many times. I
They're
just can't-
big panels.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so there's 3 different ones.
Yeah, and they're
divided each into 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, into, oh, I think it maybe even 9 mural up, maybe we did, I don't know, I'll go back
We
to look.
decided on 6.
I think we did 6, divide them in half. Yeah,
24, just grid it.
yeah, there's actually gonna be 1,300 artists, all doing a pixel, so. And it's gonna spill in the
Get
water.
full back there.
Yeah,
With a bison.
with a bison, yeah.
Bison.
Okay.
13 to the tails.
All right, thank you
Cool,
all.
thank you all, thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, now we're doing Norman Forward update.
Perfect, yeah. Be a short one, not a whole lot of Norman Forward projects going on right now, but still working on, or waiting on Saxon. I think we made a little bit of progress. We actually had, talking about the road that's gonna go through Saxon Park. We're waiting for that to actually come to fruition and get built. This helps us. One, we have to pay for that portion of the road, and then the utilities and the water and the sewer that ends up getting connected to the park, that would be caught up with, and way reduce the cost of that project for us. Public Works is actually talking about starting that this fall, and so if that gets started this fall, we can anticipate starting that project. We're putting it out to bid probably at the beginning of the year with anticipating Saxon Park improvements starting in the spring. Not a whole lot of other things going on with Norman Ford. The only thing else is we're still waiting on for a land exchange for Northeast Lions Park to happen with the schools. We had a little bit of progress on that today, and we anticipate that to be complete in October. And then once that gets done, we'll put that park out for bid, and then we'll hop into what other, that would be the park playground, what other parks that we're gonna hit up and hopefully get out to bid for more playgrounds. Besides that, I think that's it on the Norman Ford front.
Is the holdup on the land swap just sort of the legalese behind it?
Yes, so
I mean,
the,
just in summary,
we-
I don't need long details.
oh, no, there's been land exchanges with the school in the past that have been, ran through both council and school board, then nobody filed the deed. We thought that the exchange have happened, but not technically legally happened. So we're partly cleaning that up, and as we got that cleaned up, we hopped on the county assessor's website, and they actually had the property ownership backwards at Eisenhower. It looked like the city owned the school, which I sent a nice text message to the superintendent, one of the superintendents of schools, like, hey, I'm sorry, but it looks like we own Eisenhower. You need to get out immediately. And they own the park portion. So we got that, we talked to the county today, and they're actually fixing that. So there, seems like every time we make one little step forward, there's been something that's kind of holding us back.
I'm almost sorry I asked.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Nothing's easy. We just got to remember, when we do have land exchanges, the simplest thing is to go file the deed so that it becomes legal. We haven't done that in the past.
You'd be surprised how many times that doesn't happen.
Oh, yeah.
It's very common.
We just talk about it and.
You forget you go to the courthouse, yeah.
Okay, what's the division update? Oh, there's Mitchell.
Okay, so I'll go over a couple of the highlights that we've completed or that we're working on. We're kind of finishing up summer mowing. We got some of our new equipment in, so the guys are excited about that, getting to use them before we have to put them away for the winter. We've done some tree trimming in some of the parks. Obviously, we've got a couple of new bench pads that we poured at 12th Avenue and Kiwanis. We did a big project. If you may have seen it, it took a lot longer than we thought. But the splash pad at Andrews was down toward the end of the season. We thought it was just there's like a little button that you kind of wave your hand across to turn it on. Turns out it wasn't the button, it was the wire from the button to the controller, which then meant we had to cut out a little section of concrete, rerun all that because we couldn't pull the wire because of some fracture in the conduit, so it turned into a whole ordeal. If you noticed on flood, we filled in a lot of the gaps on the median just north of the roundabout. And then if James was here, I'll go ahead and say it for him because He does that sometimes backwards. But we worked together with park planning to redo one of the medians in,
It's only funny because it's kind of true.
on Main Street. And so park maintenance went in and redid, well, we added irrigation for the whole thing in-house, and then spread out the dirt. And then planning came in with some of their subcontractors and planted the plant material and the rock and stonework.
So if you're looking for this median on Main Street, it's right in front of, it's kind of where Merkle Creek runs underneath the road.
Just west of Halmar Trail.
Right in front of that Sinclair. This is kind of, we did this as a model. This is kind of what we want all the medians to start
Kinda
looking like
liked it.
that.
I saw it
It's
today.
getting rid of grass. You have no clue how expensive it is for us to go out there and constantly mow it. Not only is it a regular contractor that has to go out there and do it, but it's also dangerous, so that makes the cost a lot more expensive. And then also, we technically violate our own ordinances every time we mow it because the grass ends up in the street. So we're trying to reduce that.
That's cool. I saw it today. It really looks nice.
What was the idea behind the like sort of different sections of different colored gravel or different, the stone is different in like segments?
I am not a landscape architect, but the idea is just kind of add some variety to it and make it, just break it up and give a little bit different look to it. There's nothing besides looks.
It's like a model that would be applied along the way.
Oh, hopefully eventually go all the way down. It's more expensive than what you think it is, so.
I think it looks nice, but it definitely does not look like it goes right now since
Yeah.
everything else is the other, but that makes sense there.
Yeah.
My husband remarked, because we live right there, and he's like, oh my gosh, this looks so good, they've got to do the rest ASAP. So I just thought to throw that in there.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we're proud of it, and we've
Looks
gotten 99% good feedback from it.
And so this is right over by Lafayette and Panera.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Where the street work was happening.
And the plants will eventually grow, and they kind of look tiny right now,
Did you
so.
see where the street work's going?
Where the street work was going on.
Yeah, I feel like that's everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah, it is. Yes, I do too.
I think somebody called us one day, or called Streets Department, somehow they got transferred to Parks, and they just wanted to let us know that there was a street that wasn't being worked on, and knew if we knew about it. Yeah, yeah. That's not even a joke, that really happened.
I believe that.
It's not just Norman, and it's not just the state of Oklahoma.
It's everywhere.
Anywhere on my GPS, it's under construction.
Yes. NYSA is gone, but we've been working with them this week, or the past week and a half. They had a leak underneath their parking lot. Yeah, so it was an old main line that I was told Judd was the park planner when they put that in.
So
I
that's
love blaming things on Judd, so this is great.
back in the old days.
And we had to search for it because where the water was coming up is not where the leak was. Yeah, so Streets Department again is gonna help us.
That was pre-1985 then, because that's when he became director.
Yeah, it was probably, Steve said it was the first project he did when he got here, so that would have made it like 76, 77 something. Anyways, we also installed our first smart watering control clock with a retrofit at Reeves. So essentially it takes your daytime temperature, your highs and your lows, and the evapotranspiration rate, and computes it and spits out a time to irrigate for the fields.
Wow.
Make it a little easier on them.
That's impressive.
Upcoming, some more tree trimming. You should see that going on along Main Street in Lindsay. We're getting geared up for Christmas. You don't see them up yet, but we're in the shop changing light bulbs, making sure everything works before we take them out in the field. We got, as Mitchell will probably tell you in a little bit, a lot of events coming up. Working with Big Event at OU and fall cleanup. Any questions?
It's probably not in your purview because it's the Jenkins project, but all the waste going into Reeves from that project, you know where I'm talking, right? On the north part of Reeves.
Yeah, we don't.
I got a screw in my tire right there.
Oh,
And-
jeez.
And so that waste is getting worse.
You talking about the, like, stormwater or just
I
debris?
guess wherever they're putting those, you know, the project on Jenkins.
Yeah.
What it-
Yeah.
the-
Yeah,
Yeah, the huge project.
Yeah.
They're just dumping all the waste from that, sort of like the metal pipes and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Right there in that little median between Timberdale.
yeah, and the Reeves Park Road.
Yeah. Is there anything we could do, or?
I can
Call the
ask.
city.
I assume they're just piling it up temporarily and then they're gonna haul it off.
Which I figured, but,
Yeah, I'll tell them we got stuff coming out they need.
it's just, you don't get happy when you guys do it, right?
No,
And it was right there.
nice.
Also, Bentley, the sidewalk is already cracked.
Yep, we're aware of it.
Okay,
It just hasn't been replaced yet.
I figured that was under contract
Yeah,
purview. Okay,
yeah, because it's in that back right corner, right?
Yeah.
That far,
at the far.
Yep,
left.
yep.
Exactly. It's like that sidewalk sort of leans right there. I don't know if that's what caused it, or,
It's hard to say if it just expanded over the summer or if
Got a lot
equipment.
of rain too, which does weird things to
That's the
sidewalks.
rain, I bet.
oh my gosh, how about that? Thanks, Wade.
I didn't think about that, but that's good.
All right. Hi, Park Board members. Like Wade said, we do have a lot of events coming on in the fall time here. We've got Hocus Pocus is our cult classic. We always do our outdoor movie at Lions Park here. That's Friday, October 17th. The Sanderson sisters will be out there with photos. We are working with you to support United Way with a recommended donation for the photo, but they could still be free if you would like. We also have a Run for Your Life 5K and 1 mile fun run, October 18th, so the very next day. I know Wade loves it. We've got that at Ruby Grant, and so that was what we've called our zombie run, or a couple different things as we've gone through it. And so this year we're doing Run for Your Life, and it's going to be multiple facets as you go through. So if you haven't done the 5K course at Ruby Grant, it goes through a lot of wooded areas. It's very versatile. So we're going to break it up into each section being kind of that classic, having different things. So there's going to be a Stranger Things section, a Halloween section, a Friday the 13th section. And so as you're running through, you're basically running through all your favorite Halloween movies. And I know we're really looking forward to putting all that fun decorations up. Yes. It's pretty much that. It's like you're going to be running on top of that. And also, we're taking volunteers. So if you would like to be some of those special people that get to run and scare people, come on down. Directly after that, so we've usually done this with some type of dance or festival. This year, we're taking a different approach. We're trying to show the Nightmare Before Christmas. We're going to do another outdoor movie at Ruby Grant directly after. So we're going to finish the race, pop up our inflatable, and we're going to have a movie right there, and we're going to do Nightmare Before Christmas to kind of transition into that next holiday season there. And that one's always been one that we've wanted to do and just haven't found the right time, but I think now's our time. We have a fall break camp at Whittier, October 8th through 10th. And this one's a little different. So we do have, we're participating and helping putting on Fall Fest this year. And so if you've been to that, it's downtown. It's been put on by the Downtown Association. They ran into some planning and some organization stuff. So we obliged and are helping out organize and plan that, and it'll be shifting down to South Jones and that Comanche Avenue. So where our Winterfest footprint is, it will now be in there right in front of the depot. And so similar, we've talked with the businesses and what they want and how they want to go about it, and so we're just helping support it. But they're still putting on the event and doing all the cool regular Fall Fest stuff that they've done in the past. And then last thing we got is free flu shots at Little Axe Community Center, November 4th. That's all I got. Any questions? Fantastic. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Miscellaneous items? We don't have any. Public comment? We don't have any. So a motion to adjourn.